Happy Kaiju Live, where we're looking at Godzilla King of the Monsters, the Marvel comic book series, featuring a two-parter filled with giant monster action, and Godzilla's own supervillain, Dr. Demonicus. I got the hero click right here. How cool is that? Got him out of a booster years back. I was so excited. But let's dig into them comics. And every issue kicks off with such a cool full-page spread, but this one especially because it's a brand new monster that we're meeting for the first time technically on the cover of the book, but he looks so cool, and we can see him in that fantastic black and whites right here, and of course in the main issue those colors are just really faded, but in this omnibus, man, I love the bold colors in this omnibus so much. But as you can see, this issue has guest penciler Tom Sutton, and he does the next issue as well. So we don't get Herb Trimpe in this, but still fantastic and just absolutely cool. And let's just absorb this for just a moment longer, especially this black and white one. It just looks so good. Oh, I love it. But let's dig into the book itself. We previously got a good look at this issue 4 cover because that's the direct market variant cover for the omnibus that I picked up. But man, it's one of my favorites of the whole series, so I'm happy to have it on the omnibus. I tell you what, we also got a good look at that first page spread. So let's just turn the page and dig into the action. I love this dragon creature so much. Batragon. It's like this bat dragon monster. It's got that kind of wolf fox bat face. You know how they have the different types of bat faces there, but very cool looking, and I love the orange red shading on him too. And in fact, last issue the Golden Gate was painted yellow, but this is actually the proper color the bridge actually is, so I don't know. It's not like they didn't have the right colors to do it, but this is a fantastic fight. I love this panel with Godzilla's eyes. Just every Godzilla eye appearing in this just looks so cool, and I love the way they color him with that reddish black. Very awesome. We have S.H.I.E.L.D. flying in on these helicopters because Godzilla took their helicarrier out of commission last issue, and we're introduced to these demon characters here who are the henchmen for Dr. Demonicus, and they're trying to steal all the oil from this here tanker. So that's pretty rad. I love how Jones ends up being the voice of reason to Dugan here, where he's trying to talk about how Godzilla's kind of smart. Maybe we should stop antagonizing him, you know, kind of sort of tempering Dugan. He's like, nah, this son of a bitch. Dugan's just so insistent that he's just a blasted monster. But we turn the page here, and we get the assistant Tamara talking with Jimmy Woo here, flirting a little. Well, I mean, look at that side eye. And we can see that the doctor here is not too happy about it. And Robert is actually commenting on it. He's like, you don't like her talking to that Chinese fella, do you? You know, just touching on the racial tensions between the Japanese and the Chinese. And Doug Moench has always done a really good job, as far as I'm concerned, when tackling racial issues and not making them eye-rolling or just obnoxious. Just like we saw with environmentalism in previous issues. He does a good job of bringing it to the front and making it organic and not feel out of place. And, you know, these sorts of things are real. And I like reading it in the comic, but I don't like being hit over the head with it or scolded about something. And he doesn't do that. So I've always enjoyed that about his writing. I mean, shoot, Moon Knight's one of my favorites, and his Batman is just so cool. But let me shut up about other stuff. Here we see the Batragon monster returning to the island whence he came, and we get a glimpse of some of the other monsters too. And Godzilla's going after him. We meet Dr. Demonicus proper and see that he's using all his henchmen to round up these Eskimos and use them for slave labor. And they're having to melt down this meteorite to use the radiation and or radiated metal, I should say, in a new vehicle that he's creating, because his monsters need to recharge on this meteorite because they use the radiation from it in particular for their health, for their creation. If they don't recharge, they're gonna die. So to keep him from not being stuck on the island, he's just like, let's make my ship made out of the thing. Unfortunately, the radiation's poisoning all the Eskimo folks here, which is no good. And I love how we see Godzilla here coming in to the rescue. In a sense. This page is so fun, I just wanted to show it off in all the different variations. We got those originals there. We got the bold colors of the omnibus, and we got that fantastic black and whites. And it looks so good there. I just can't get enough of the black and white. If you're a fan of this series, I recommend tracking down the Essentials volume just to be able to enjoy this series in the black and whites as well, because it's a similar but different experience, and you'll enjoy it just as much. But let's keep going. But man, there is so much action in this book. You hardly have a moment to catch your breath with everything going on. I love it. And we see that Demonicus is just an evil son of a bitch. Like, he is no good. And these monsters that he's created are just wicked looking. I love them. And this fight is fantastic. Batragon just busts through his energy cage. He's so enraged by Godzilla's taunting as he just goads him from the top of the volcano there. And I love this panel right here as they're tumbling into the ground there. And you got the Eskimos all screaming and yelling. So cool. Yeah, look at all this. It's just a blast. And this panel right here on the page where Godzilla's just marching up towards the top of the volcano again. It just looks so cool. And I know we've seen scenes like that in the movies a number of times. I always love that Godzilla with the volcano. Godzilla 1985. What a great movie. Love the ending to that. But sets up right here towards the end where Demonicus is just like, all right, you know what? Shield, Godzilla are going at it. I got my monsters here in the ready, but let's let them tussle. And I tell you, my coffee cup's almost empty, so we're at the end of the issue. I'm going to take a quick pause, and I'll be right back. The cover to issue 5 is hella sick. Isle of the Living Demons. We got Godzilla tussling with 3 new original monster creatures. We got Gilaron, this cool-looking lizard creature. We got Leoprax, which is this fly, moth, insect creature. And then there's Centipore, which is, of course, this monster centipede. So flippin' cool-looking. And once again, that page 1 is absolutely incredible. What a spread. Man, I am just loving that with him lunging out at those helicopters. So flippin' cool. So Godzilla's just tearing through S.H.I.E.L.D. while they're calling for support that's just not gonna come. All the while Demonicus is just happy to let S.H.I.E.L.D. and Godzilla take care of each other, and then just unleash the rest of his monsters on whoever's the victor while they're just wiped out from the battle. However, it's not going to go well for him, I tell you. He's going to have to let the monsters out, and we get a pretty cool fight, although I tell you, I wish it went a little bit longer, and I wish these monsters fared better than they do, because, spoiler alert, Godzilla tears through all of them. Oh man, very cool. And we see Gabe just dropping down, and this is so cool how he just cuts his line and jumps down and busts through the glass to come after Demonicus, but and all them, and he's just like, freeze, black man. I laughed so much when I saw that. And I guess, sign of the times and whatnot, racial tensions and things, but clearly not a good dude if you're just straight up calling someone like Black Man. And if I had a nickel for every time that dude said Black Man, I'd have 3 nickels, which is 15 cents, and can't buy me much, but hey, what's that meme from? I always hear people say it, but I don't know where that originated. It's a fun turn of phrase. If I had a nickel for... I would be strange to have that many nickels. But this is a great bit here where we see all the demon guys going up against the shield soldiers, and here we get a bit of a flashback origin story to Dr. Demonicus as he's just blabbing on to Gabe Jones, who's his prisoner. And, he's just a nobody. He got a accidental dose of radiation that made him crazy, and because of his mental imbalance, he had to leave the scientific field, and that will not do. It's such a generic evil scientist supervillain background plot, but I'm digging it. You don't really need much for this fella. He's crazy because of radiation, and then he uses further radiation from this meteorite to create giant irradiated monsters to strike back at the world. He's got to get money so that he can strike back and show them. And his henchmen just want a cut of the pie. But man, I'm loving this action, and we're seeing Dugan being menaced inside his copter here, and I love him just kind of jumping out to blast the thing. So fun. And Demonicus is still waxing on about his background on this page right here. And then we flip over, get this real cool panel. I really like how that looks. That's real sick. And we see Godzilla just tearing apart Gilaron. And yeah, I'm sad that Godzilla takes these monsters out the way he does, because they're so cool looking. And while Demonicus is a bit upset over seeing that on his screen, Jones takes that opportunity to give a real good kick right there and try and escape out of things. And we see Dugan still dealing with that Leoprax fly moth monster there. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Do you think this is more of a fly or a moth? Because it's referred to as both in the book. I think of it more as a fly, but it does have mothy features. It's like a mix of both, so I can see going either way. But just so much fun. Man, I tell you, we are not getting a moment to breathe in this thing. And I'm loving how just action shield focused this is. Like all our main shield players, Dugan and Jones, are getting a good spotlight in the action, while Godzilla is just ripping through these giant monsters here. The shield guys are taking out all the henchmen, and I like how Godzilla here too, he's this bit here where he's just staring down at Dugan, and we get Jones giving him a hard time about, like, well, Godzilla ain't that bad. After all, he didn't smash you. So much fun. Oh, man. This two-parter is an absolute treat, and this whole series is all kinds of fun. But if you're new to collecting, or you just want to dip your fingers or toes into the water of Godzilla collecting, try tracking down these two-parters right here, because They're fairly self-contained. You don't really need to know what happened before, and you're fine with the cliffhanger after. But just having those 2 issues in your collection is really fun because they're not that expensive on the aftermarket. They're fairly easy to find because they're not really huge key issues other than being Godzilla. It's the first appearance of all these various giant monsters and Dr. Demonicus, but they never really even have reappearances, and they're not really sought after by collectors as far as I'm aware of. So, yeah, I highly recommend, even if you want to just get the omnibus, try tracking down those 2 issues. Because whether you're a Godzilla nut or a Marvel zombie, these are some unique, fun collectibles to have in your possession. And, I mean, shoot, you're getting some original monsters, you're getting Godzilla's first and only real true supervillain. Like, what's not to like? I had so much fun hanging out with you on Kaiju Live today, and I hope to see you tomorrow and every day the whole rest of the month. I look forward to it. We'll see you then.